In the middle of the vast ocean, there are people who drift day and night following the waves. There are no city lights, no noisy vehicles, only the sound of wind, waves and the sound of fishing nets whistling each time they are pulled heavy. That is the life of fishermen, silent warriors in the vast ocean. Today, we will follow them to feel more clearly about a profession that is not only full of hardships, but also full of love for the sea. When darkness covered the sea, the day's nets were pulled up. Each person had a hand, working together in unison like a never-ending machine. The nets became heavier, silver-white fish began to appear, splashing in the dim yellow light. Sweat mixed with seawater, each movement of pulling, jerking, holding, no one said a word, but everyone understood their role. In the middle of the night, fishermen continued to pack fish into large ice boxes. Before starting a new fishing trip, checking and preparing the net is an indispensable step. Every mesh, every knot must be secure because even the smallest mistake can ruin the whole fishing trip. Under the yellow light, calloused hands are still diligently untangling each knot, tying each tear. This is a moment of silence, but also the time of highest concentration, where experience and meticulousness speak. One of the most difficult stages pulling the net. As the sun rises, the fishermen must exert all their strength to pull each heavy net out of the sea. Without needing any command, they coordinate rhythmically as if they have been in sync for a long time. Arms are bulging, calves are steady, each meter of net is gradually brought into the boat in the hope that a full catch of fish is waiting behind the net. And here it was the most anticipated moment of the entire journey. The huge, heavy net was lifted, revealing the treasures of the sea. Streams of fish poured out, covering the deck in white, a sight that was impossible to take your eyes off. Cheers rang out without words. Everyone understood today was a lucky day. The final stage on deck is the detailed sorting of each type of fish into separate baskets. The baskets gradually fill up in groups: mackerel, yellowtail, hairtail. Each has its own value, its own market, and the fishermen know each of its characteristics like the back of their hand. After being sorted, the baskets of fresh fish are transferred to cold storage for preservation. The swinging of the hook and the pulling of the net had to stop now for the safety of everyone on board. The man with the gun was ready. A good shot was not only for self-defense, but also to protect the fruits of his struggle in the open sea. A large fishing vessel deploys a net system from the stern. It's not just small boats that work hard in the wind and waves. Modern industrial fishing vessels are also plowing the sea surface day and night. A giant net system is dropped from the stern, rolling out like an arm reaching out into the ocean. In the middle of the vast ocean, two giant nets are slowly narrowing, capturing every movement underwater. This is a large-scale industrial fishing technique that requires precise coordination between operators and modern machinery systems. And this is the end of a large-scale catch. The fish are discharged directly from the net into the automatic receiving system, then transferred to the cold storage. The rushing sound, the sparkling silver bodies, create a flow full of life. This is the result of a journey of precise calculation, professional operation, and a long-term attachment between people, machines, and the sea. After being collected from the ocean, the fish continue to be put into the automatic classification and processing system. The conveyor belt is constantly moving. The fish flow smoothly like a waterfall. This is where modern technology begins to replace humans in handling the huge amount of work from screening, cleaning to freezing. This closed process not only optimizes time, but also ensures the quality of the product when it reaches consumers. When darkness covers the sea, the fishermen are still working hard with the last net of the day. Under the harsh yellow light, big tuna are pulled up, lying neatly in piles on the deck. Each pull is a time of exertion, each fish is a worthy reward. Even though it is late at night, no one seems tired because for them, this is the moment to reap the sweet fruit after a hard day at sea. After catching, sorting and transferring the fish to the ship's hold, the final step is to arrange the fish in an orderly and reasonable manner. The fresh tuna are carefully placed in each corner of the hold, where ice is prepared to keep them fresh throughout the journey back. Each basket of fish is cherished as a precious reward, because they understand that maintaining the quality of the fish is also preserving the effort, sweat and hope for tomorrow. In the silence of the night and the steady sound of the waves lapping against the side of the boat, the fisherman gently lifted the fish out of the net. No noise, no rush, just a small moment, but containing a long day of drifting and hardship. The fish was heavy, as were the worries of making a living, but the man still stood firm between the ocean and his own life. At the bottom of the quiet ocean, where humans have yet to set foot, magical creatures like manta rays still swim silently. Suddenly, the net stopped. A big fish was caught, struggling in the flashlight beam shining down on the sea. The fishermen immediately gathered strength, holding on tight, because they knew the closer it got to the end, the more likely it was that moments like this would be the final blow of the whole trip. Each decisive movement, wordless coordination, all like a night sea orchestra reaching its climax. After hours of struggling with the waves and the heavy net, the result was finally revealed. A large fish, maybe a shark, tuna or giant barbel, was brought up to the deck in the harmonious coordination of the whole group. There was not a single cheer, but everyone's eyes were shining because they knew this was a precious trophy, worthy of every drop of sweat shed in the dark night drifting in the middle of the ocean. A large fish that had just been caught was taken straight to the cold storage, where it would be preserved with other catches until the ship reached the dock. Without any support equipment, bare hands still firmly lifted each catch as if this was a familiar task. After many years, the cold storage closed, closing a difficult but also joyful sea catch. Thank you for following our fishing journey in the open sea. If you find the video meaningful, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on real footage of fishermen's lives, nature, and the ocean. Goodbye and see you again on the next trips.